Welcome to another Frame Voyager video. You guys have been asking me about this thing a lot, and I decided let's go outside and out here in the lake to show you what it can really do on the road, run and gun. Let's talk about the FLYCAM. Let's go. Are we done? Snakes. How's this look?
Really stupid.
Is that a good angle? Is that my good side?
Before we get into showing you how easy the FLYCAM is to set up, I wanted to give you some quick hit specs of the FLYCAM itself. It has an 8.8 to 26.5 load capacity, an adjustable line tension for different cameras and configurations, lockable camera hook, an anti-slip ratchet knob to adjust tension, and a line that extends to 60 inches when fully stretched, and an adjustable vest and waist belt made of breathable fabric. All right, now that we've got that out of the way, let's get back to the lake.
So, first off, going into this year, I wanted to upgrade some equipment. I've done projects where I've had to have my camera gear all built out for some clients, and it's run and gun stuff, but it needs to be real quick, but it's just like my arms and back are killing me at the end of projects. So I knew I needed to get some kind of solution for it. And I decided to get a couple of these, A, because they're a little bit cheaper than some of the other options out there, but they're also incredibly easy to travel with. I've actually checked this as a checked bag before, and it made it through several different trips like that because I didn't really have another solution at the time to pack it in something else for me. But let's get into it. First of all, it has these awesome buckle straps on this, which is great because a lot of times you put something back into it and it'll come out, so it actually kind of helps you keep the size of it down a little bit.
Get you back in your luggage.
And that's one thing I hate on some bags is the zippers that, like, you can tell that they're gonna break at some point. And if they're not heavy duty or they rip at the seams or they always have problems, these are like nice, heavy zippers that I don't feel like are gonna break very easily on me or snag on a lot of stuff. Already, I love the quality of the bag, even more so than I like this rig setup. All right, let me get this out of the bag. This actually folds up really nice and easy, as you can see. So really, the awesome thing about this is the only thing you really have to set up when you get started is just this. It's just a couple of things. You have these screws up here. Well, actually first we could just stick this right down here. Done. And then you have to unscrew these things real quick, screw it back in, and then you're actually pretty much done with setup. It's like what, 30 seconds? And I mean, I was talking through some of that, so a little bit longer. You can take it on. Make sure the thing doesn't fly and hit you in the face. Throw it on real quick. See if this was the one I used last time. Also tighten it here to keep it up on your shoulders and at your waist. And it's also, one cool thing is you can actually, nice little pocket here, you can fit a V-mount battery in it. It's pretty sick, pretty sick. That's what I do with it.
Pretty sick, huh? Yeah, we were gangsters, bro.
And then over here, I've actually got my URSA G2 over here. And there's multiple different ways that you can kind of connect stuff to it, but typically you can do this pretty much by yourself. I usually get someone to help me with it if I have a bunch of stuff on it, but just kind of connect it. Screw this part on right here, and as you can see, it kind of just holds on to it. It looks a little precarious, but one thing to note with these that a lot of people think it does is it makes it so when you're moving, it makes your shot steadier. It does not replace a gimbal. It does not make your shot steadier. A lot of times it's good to have a shoulder mount with this to kind of have multiple points of contact. The main reason to have one of these is it keeps the weight off of your arms and off of your back, and it does, to a point, eliminate some micro jitters. So if you're like holding your hands and you're shaking because it's so hard, it eliminates that because all the weight's off of it. You can actually direct the camera, you know, without having to put too much weight on it and have a firm grip on it, especially when you have a shoulder rig. And then here in the back, which usually you can have people help, you can actually tighten it, which allows you to kind of come up if you need to. You can kind of point it up and it stays up like that. Or if you need to pull it down, you pull it down, kind of have it here. But you can release tension and have it so it stays up, or it's easier to bring up and down depending on where you need the shot. So you can kind of adjust where your shot is. It's awesome, it's pretty awesome. I've used these in multiple places, multiple locations, multiple different shoot settings, climbing up this massive industrial building, like, I don't know how many, like a couple hundred, 300 flights of stairs, like probably 100, 200 feet up in the air with this on, with this URSA all rigged out with a bunch of stuff.
Stairs.
Some of these, if you have a little bit smaller of a camera, you can attach some gimbals to it. I'm sure you could do that. I wouldn't do it with this camera, but you could do it with a Pocket 4K with a gimbal attached to it and have that take all the weight off of it, so you have a little bit more of that stabilized footage. There's a lot of different setups that you can have for something like this. So I'm gonna be using this in the future. You'll probably see this more in future videos that I'm doing, but I know a bunch of you are asking about it, so I just wanted to kind of share how this is set up, how quick and easy it is, and how great it is for people who do run and gun work, whether you're a wedding videographer, whether you're a travel videographer, anything like that. So
now that I've shown you how easy it is to set up, let's talk about some specs of this versus other competitors like EasyRig and their systems. Pricing versus competitor. Well, the pricing has gone up slightly since I purchased the FLYCAM Flowline Master. It's still less expensive than its rival EasyRig Minimax by almost $300. And now, does that savings make up the difference between the two? That's a good question. And the main difference really seems to be down to three things. Weight. The FLYCAM is heavier by about 4 pounds, which can affect things like luggage for travel and even consideration that you'll be carrying that around for long periods of time. Number 2, load capacity. The FLYCAM actually has a load capacity of 26 pounds versus the EasyRig Minimax's capacity of about 15 pounds. This difference can make up a lot for those who have heavier rigs to carry around or those looking to combine with a gimbal or a shoulder mount. So that's honestly a win for this. I actually wasn't really expecting, but it does make you wonder about why these cost so much in the first place. Lastly, build quality seems to be a major difference between the two, which is to be expected, and this honestly segues into the next section very well. User reviews.
Plus, there's tons of user reviews to help you.
User reviews for the most part show that they either like the FLYCAM or don't understand what it's meant for, aka it's not meant to stabilize. Most reviews revolved around more of the build quality feeling somewhat cheaper than the Minimax, and also some questioning why the Minimax seems to be priced so expensively again. So the problems that they seem to have, not too bad with it. It kind of moves into some of the problems I've had with it, which is the final wrap up. And the only problems that I've had with the rig so far is a piece here or there coming loose or breaking. Again, coming down to maybe build quality and some plastic screws and stuff like that. But I travel hard, and honestly, it's to be expected with some of these rigs, and it really hasn't done anything to affect me using them or affect any of my client work that I've done. Plus, it's really easy to get replacement parts for knobs and other pieces that always seem to go missing or break no matter what piece of gear they are anyways. This really is up to you if it's a big deal or not if you plan to use this for a lot of travel work. All in all, this is an amazing piece of gear for those needing a quick setup when traveling, but there are other considerations to think about when traveling with camera gear as well, and I recommend you watch this video I filmed when I was in Alaska talking about how I travel with my camera gear with rolling carry-on hard cases that I'd taken around the world.